Good evening from the Trust Arena in Henderson, Auckland, New Zealand. It's match day 3 of the OFC President's Cup, and it's the second game of today, pitting Busaiteen of Bahrain, the former Premier League and Cup holders, against FIFA Under-20 World Cup bound Fiji Under-20. I'm Gordon Watson. I will be describing tonight's match for you alongside my colleague Indra Singh. Indra, welcome. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first half. 5 minutes in, and again Fiji began the way that they did against Amikal with an opportunity. Haram had to punch that cross clear.
Putting Naidu the second ball in.
This was the interesting one. They got a header on target, and Haram has to keep himself warm, gave us some acrobatics. Quarter of an hour later, another chance for Fiji. This was a well-worked opportunity. But again, power over accuracy.
You got to hit the target from that range.
25th minute. Some hesitation in the Fijian penalty area. They got 2 goes at this. 3 if you include that. But Ajaj just had too much power. The marking wasn't tight enough and the goalkeeper didn't have a chance.
Getting bitten at his near post. He'll not be happy with that.
Another Busaiteen goal 4 minutes later. Cleverly worked in, and the ball hit the post from a decreased shot. Mohammed Sultan was on hand to just tap it over the line. The marking not the best, and the Bahrainis were 2 goals to the good. They didn't have to wait much longer before they were adjusting the scorecard. This long range shot dipping, and Divikesh there had to palm it away, but he only got it as far as Mushtaba Malek. He got a second bite of the cherry and made it count. A little bit of ball watching in the defence there.
The basic thing of falling back on the line, not being followed by the Fijian defenders.
Mohammed Sultan asked questions. It was a ball over the top, and Ajaj helped himself to his second goal of the night. Savoki and Deo really didn't communicate with each other, and the marking was again a bit ropey, as we see the Curva kids going through their paces on halfway with their mentor Phil Pickering-Parker. And confirmation at half-time, Busaiteen 4, Fiji Under-20 0. Rejoin us very shortly for the second half. As we look back on the highlights of a dramatic second half, this moment resulted in a free kick which Pranil Naidu bent around the wall just in front of Hisham Haram, and then it was a goalmouth scramble to try and get that ball over the line.
Narendra just flicked it over.
And then Badesh gets it, heads it onto his own post, and then tucks it into the back of the net. It was harem-scarum stuff, and Fiji were just trying to throw bodies and put some power on it. Badesh was the unfortunate player who headed it into his own post, got a second bite of it, but I think the momentum of his opponent also helped push the ball over the line. 63rd minute, Naeem was on the attack. Spots Lajmi, who fancies a shot from distance, and it was just a yard high and wide. Savoki rifled this cross into the penalty area, and then Garish Prasad with the right foot volley. That was some strike, I tell you what.
Just needed a touch and it would have gone in.
And then Busaiteen on the counter-attack. Ajaj popped it over the top of Chanel, and Mohammed Khan tried to acrobatically flick it off the line, and it was already over before he could even touch the ball. And by this point, of course, Fiji were down to 9 players. They had 2 red cards, as I said. Tuivuna and Wanga both sent off. Quarter of an hour remaining. Busaiteen hadn't stopped scoring, and Eliel de Cruz with a stooping header. Johnny Tani Baksh not tight enough with the Brazilian striker, who just rifled it into the back of the net. 11 minutes to go, and Mohammed Khan got in all sorts of trouble. Ajaj cuts back inside, but the ball bobbled and his strike went wide of the target. 87th minute, corner whipped in, and Eliel de Cruz lost his marker again, and it was a free header. Mohammed Khan went with him and then stopped, and you saw the result there. So let's get some post-match reaction. Jacqueline Tranvan is with Mohammed Ajaj.
Ajaj, congratulations, a hat-trick tonight, which must be quite pleasing from your perspective.
Yeah, sure, I'm happy. I want to thank everyone, my teammates, my coach, for giving the faith on me, and thanks to New Zealand.
Can you tell us about that game? I think from our perspective, a better performance and a better performance from your team, but also what the fans were expecting to see from your side.
Yes, this is our team. The last match when we played against Amikali, we were nervous, but today each individual gave 100% of his performance. That's why we get you can see the fan board, and you can see that's 7.
So your next match will be for 3rd and 4th place. You'll be playing Singapore under-23. Have you had a chance to watch that side yet?
Yeah, we actually watched them against Auckland City, and we hope we give the same performance as today and we win.
Yeah. So you think you can nab that 3rd place here at the OFC President's Cup?
It all depends on us players and on listening to the coach.
Yeah. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Hat-trick hero Mohammed Ajaj giving his views of tonight's game.
Well, Ravinesh, we saw a better performance from Busaiteen than what we'd seen in their first game, and unfortunately it's for you it's a loss, but were you happy with the performance from your side? Obviously some not so cool heads might have let you down.
Yeah, I think so. They could not sustain the pressure from a professional team and professional players, and they lost themselves, which they should control themselves in situations like this, playing with professional players, and this let us down.
Obviously hard for them against a side like Busaiteen, which, as you say, is a professional club, but I think we saw some bright spots from them. They held them off in the second half despite being only 9 men.
Of course, yes. The effort of the boys in the second half was good. They were knowing that they are only 9, and they did their best, whatever they could. And I would say hats off to the boys who played in the second half, and they sustained them and resist them from going more goals.
Yeah. So obviously a learning curve for you guys here, and a good opportunity to get some preparations in ahead of the World Cup. Next game, Bodden Town from Cayman Islands for the 5th and 6th position. What are you expecting from that one?
Yes, regarding the next game, we will go back and then we'll talk about the next game. But when you see this game, we played a professional club, and we are even not. We are amateurs, and the players are still 18, 19 years old, and they will make mistakes like this, and this is the time for them to learn too. So that's it.